Okay.
Yeah, so it's hold down left mouse button to scan. All right.
Okay, we got it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. My baby don't know.
My brain immediately went to Paradise.
Oh.
Oh, what? Oh no. Much agony. Remember to breathe. Okay, let's go.
So let's do a scan on the other one. Okay.
And
So hopefully that'll carry over to the next.
oh, because you could probably put the what order. Do that for the
Yep.
what order.
Mm-hmm. Please, please. Oh, thank
Hey,
goodness.
we got it.
Oh, that sweet, sweet counter.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just the way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order. But in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi. Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proved Taka was killed before Hifumi.
Smashed watch.
There's something that relates to what time he must have died.
Smashed watch.
Oh no, no, Nike, don't do it! No!
Smashed watch.
Oh no. Oh, the wrist
Yeah,
watch.
Watch.
We swatch.
Give me the eye, the sweet eye.
Yeah.
Give me an S.
Come on, come on. What? I need a ch.
And the silent H.
Hello?
I think you just had to hit it multiple times.
Give me it. There.
Some of them are tougher than others.
Oh, that's a tough H.
It's hard to think about letters sometimes.
I've got it! Taka's wristwatch. See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer as of last night.
Hey! Telling you, yeah, keep us waiting. Blah, blah, blah. Look at his watch.
Yeah. Flashbacks, we get it.
So it wasn't broken after 6 last night, and he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right, Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly what the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him at least, we're all safe.
Insert John Cena. Are you sure about that? Yep. Hifumi got bonked.
Yeah.
When we heard Fumi screaming, we were all together, except for Hiro and Hyoko. And we all ran down to the nurse's office. That's when we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know. They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up!
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
Does not stop there. There was
Husky.
There was also a moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office. Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there was the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then if Genocide Jill did it, she could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
She is sick.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same thing with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
Not her type.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi, removed either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done this.
So what now, Kyoko?
Yeah, there's something really serious we're glossing over here.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
There it is.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
we could have not been gone for more than a minute or two, though.
so then the killer was able to get in and out and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
It would seem so.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
But what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible? What? How? If the dead body were to move itself.
Yeah.
Huh?
The dead body moved on its own?
Because, you know, it's not dead.
He was dead!
No. Not another ghost. I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality, he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But, I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That isn't possible.
Are you sure about that?
The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible?
Alright, let's get into it.
More of the what you say. Saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he's actually still alive? Nope. Hifumi was dead without a doubt. You seem so sure about that.
Yeah.
And you know that how? Surely you heard the body discovery events along with the rest of us.
Another body found at the same time!
Ah!
Not dead one.
Oh no, I'm down to 1 heart.
No more mistakes. Little fumage.
Okay. Well, so we have to do another scan. I'm sorry, Kyoko, I let you down.
We need to rub the brain cells together harder.
Not spark enough.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy Monokuma, please don't punish me! Too late.
Time for the punishment game.
Oh, no. Yeah, of course we want to give it another shot.
Let's try again. Honestly, really forgiving.
For sure.
Giving us all the hearts back.
Alright, so we need to scan one of these. Alright, so what should we scan to refute what?
So one is...
Was he actually still alive?
Dead body had been found. Someone...
Alright, so dead body been found, someone else's discovery, I think is what it is. So let's scan that one in when Celeste says it.
Well, chipmunks.
Oh, fuck me. And you need to be more, not sparing, but use the slowdown more.
Yeah. I like how in the background it says alert confirmation.
That's not it either,
I
okay.
think it's reverse.
Ah, okay.
It's okay, Makoto. we'll get it.
It's okay, Makoto, I am the dumb as well. Alright, let's do this backwards then.
Okay. Yep, going forward, going forward.
Hey, you got it, you got it.
Whoop, whoop. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifimi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe, but that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifimi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them all into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum. No, actually, that was plenty.
You did say for the first time.
Yeah, huh? He said it's only broadcast when a body's discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Later on.
Exactly.
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice. The second body discovery announcement, the first time it was played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered. We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Timing. Ding dong, bing bong.
Body's been discovered. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have been played.
Then, in reality, when the two bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office. The ghost. Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Oh, I love her.
That was the worst logic I've ever heard. But honestly, I do not think that there's anything that can prove that he was still alive.
That's where you're wrong.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not. This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Can we just pull out the cloth that was used to clean the glass and not spend 20 minutes on this?
But we have to deliberate. Courtroom, courtroom.
There's one thing we do know. First time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. Me and Celeste were in the bathroom. His body disappeared. Next time we saw his body was in the repository. Compare his body before being moved and his body being after being moved. How it was positioned. Yes.
Boom.
No, wrong.
Get out of here.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi and the nurse's office.
Clear difference. Hey, now's not the time for a pun.
His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood.
I'm legally blind.
But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. The evidence I found, give that.
Where is it?
There it
The
is.
weeb rag.
Yep. Let's go. It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the blood stain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Pickles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Why do you remember that, Hina? I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like that to school.
I see your point, and the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean. Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is, what exactly?
Oh, Hero, do we need to give you custody over a single brain cell?
No.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that's true, it doesn't mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead when he's alone. He wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all the blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere.
Douse myself in that stuff.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
But if Hifimi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
There it is.
The one who moved Taka's body was Hifimi.
Boom, boom, bang!
I like how they put Taka himself
Yeah.
there. It could only have been Hifimi.
Well, Taka was a zombie at one point.
Well, it's not a question.
Yeah. While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked. The door was locked.
well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So, me and Sakura headed for the repository. But then when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
Zombie lurking. And it could only have been Hifimi, who just finished stashing Taka's body in there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw this chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So Hifimi was just another victim in this case. He was also one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more!
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka, could it be?
Could it be?
There's so many things. No, because Taka had this scrap.
Yeah, sorry, the note.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
A hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his?
Pants?
Yes, his pants.
Why are we focusing on this? Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ugh, that's the note I was telling you about. Well, it told me where to go. Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same.
You just said yourself. In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been Hifumi's pants!
Taka.
It was the pants all along!
Hifumi's pants are a sentient being!
That's right, Taka. The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him. Hello, over here! Objection! Objection!
Oh, come on, Jill.
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy.
So, just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Hobby is Hifimi, right?
Ugh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
She's a little slow type.
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary. But still, I can't let her get to me.
Paper.
Let's talk about this. Oh my goodness. So many bullets. How much you want that? We don't need the bullets.
Yeah, we're gonna have to scan.
Huffy had the note, right?
Mhm.
And the person it was intended for must have been Huffy. But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet? 6 a.m. Time doesn't matter. Nah,
Time is relative.
so I think we might actually need to use the wristwatch.
Yeah.
The wristwatch on the very last one. Oh, now we gotta figure out how to. Oh, there.
Hello? Hello?
You changed it.
Buttons! There, Q, okay.
Rudder. Ah, nailed it. No, there absolutely is a connection. What? What the hell are you talking about? The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is oh my god, which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've actually proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed, I see.
So Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka. Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Someone must use that note to trick Taka, just the same as me. Culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they'd found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Indeed.
Stuffed down this pants, no less! Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Taka's rigor mortis. Yep, there it is. When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this came from... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note?
Yep, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it. Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly, which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Ding 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 ding! We got it! Whoa. Yeah, after seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Hero, you're pushing a little hard.
Conspiracy theory a little too far.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did this is the mastermind, the true killer. He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Besties!
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Dolphin!
Why are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too, but there's something that's been bothering me even more.
What might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, cause according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 are still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers and kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for them? I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of brain knocking around in that skull of yours after all. Hell yeah! It's packed in there good and tight! Just like this bowl.
Accurate.
Right, though, I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already lying around those other rooms,
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I don't have a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in the other rooms too, and I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon? I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
There's so many mallets in the room.
so then what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth.
Okay. Spotless hammer.
Yeah, because they had recently been cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
It was used to kill Hifumi. Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4? Whatever it was. Once there's one thing to figure out.
Whoa.
Freely with a weapon. How did nobody witness them carrying it? It was like Justice Hammer 5.
No.
Oh, what?
Yeah, sorry, Jill.
Okay.
Okay, got any more dialogue after the Hammer 5. Well, one scene looks pretty clear. Hmm?
Oh, yeah, there.
Alright.
Not necessarily.
Clean hammer!
They wiped the evidence away.
Stop! Hammer time.
There's a lot of hammer time going on here. The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But, Naegi, are you okay? You're shaking a lot.
Just thinking that.
But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I can't breathe. Like my eyes. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones.
Not all victims of the horny jail are treated equally.
And even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the justice hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, then it would explain the Monokuma file's note about the bullets being similar.
So, Hifimi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one who Hifumi was working with, and the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume that someone was working together with him.
Sure, right. Elaborate.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least, that's what we thought at first, but... More arguments. I think we're gonna have to do another scan.
Yep.
Based on the rules that have been laid out before us, even if more than one person has come. Whatever. Graduate can survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it's simply impossible for two people to work together on this.
Sure.
The rule explains it, but only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
It's not impossible.
Not impossible. It's not inconceivable.
Simply inconceivable.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved from murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
You use big words, Kyoko.
I don't understand.
The payoff for working together, the reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifimi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. Based on the case's events, Hifimi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. It made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them out later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidences. And it only looks like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifimi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
Yes, how could someone be so cruel? You think so? I can't help but admire. It's cunning. Still, the choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us that two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning.
She's smart.
Indeed. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidences. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
There's problem numero uno right now. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, I'm just gonna put that there. There's really only one person who seems to fit.
And that would be this bitch.
We've been suspecting her.
Oh, girl, you're a hella sus.
It was Celeste.
So I'm a suspicious individual now, am I?
Yeah.
Well, I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke, I wonder.
So what are you saying then? Is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi? The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him? That I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot?
Wow.
Pardon-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was a certain behavior that was common only with the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you are working together.
What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste have in common?
Actually, no, probably the screaming.
No, you can't turn this suspicious
Okay.
because no one ever saw them except for those two.
Correct, yeah.
The behavior that they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Lady Dimitrescu. Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying that everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? Yep, diversion. We headed for the second floor, specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, she draws from the physics lab up on the third floor.
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
And when we'd come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? What's wrong? Yep, intense scream, and she saw it! She absolutely saw Robo Justice!
But he ran away conveniently and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yeah, it must have been Hifumi.
Oh boy, he hamster danced too hard!
It was to get us to divide into two groups so that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up. Mm-hmm. The murderer was with you all along! Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. Oh my god!
Oh no!
That was to signal Hifimi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could be carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
Yep.
I could not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered. Oh no!
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it! Everything, the whole thing was just one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah, I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait, then that was...
You was a pawn, you got moved around like a chess piece.
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it. But, looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
You must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all just going to die here. We're just gonna die, just like those guys did.
Those, multiple.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention, Sakura. Toko and I were the first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make any sense. It was completely out of place. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means. You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? You're really not the culprit. You shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to?
If she didn't do it, it would make sense.
This is the end game, come on!
Let's fucking go! All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Instead of us standing around frightened and confused. They must be positively elated we are all going to die here. Those guys. Boop. And that is all I said. It's obvious, isn't it? What's so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh. So, whoa. Take it down, Ashbiaka.
Sorry, yeah, hold on.
So probably so strange and then those guys. Let's skip to the end here. Oh, didn't scan. Dumbass. I'm a dumbass.
It's too busy. Got the boom.
I'm rolling around at the speed of sound. Give me that.
I want your comment.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly, and we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So, how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? How did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Backed into a corner.
Oh, you all have such vivid imaginations, you know that?
Imaginations.
You claimed that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costume villain dragging Hifimi away?
You're still going on about that? It has to become some kind of setup, right? You're absolutely right.
Is Hifimi trying to carry the tall boy?
Celeste put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, if it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifimi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist? Simple. Are we sure that that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifimi away? What could you possibly mean by that? Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up. No, there's no other explanation.
Other explanations?
Hifimi carried the tall boy but stumbled.
It's just a setup. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifimi away, the only other possibility is Hifimi dragging and the dancing.
I've been drinking.
Yes.
Boop.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifimi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifimi dragging the suspect away.
Give him that robo piggyback ride.
Clunky big bull. That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in the picture isn't Hifimi, but the person in the robot. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened. You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this.
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Ugh, girl.
Hifimi was dragging him away? Ridiculous! Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all. Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks that she can prove that there's no way Hifimi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Ugh, you're fighting so hard.
We got this.
We
We got the costume blueprints and Hero's message.
Dress me up in that suit after I passed out. And you grate me across from me and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy. Like I said, ridiculous. You can see the picture staying perfectly upright.
Mhm.
And the person inside the suit was unconscious. There's no way they could stand up straight like
Rigid
that.
suit is rigid.
Fortune telling idiot is the culprit. No way! No!
Blueprints?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't bend at the waist.
So it'd be the costume and the blueprints. Let's just go with the blueprints for now.
I think it's a costume.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
for that then.
それはありえないんです。この画像では不審者の背筋中にいるのが気絶した人間ならそんな姿勢をされても
Beep. Boom, baby.
The costume is made to be like that. No, even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
No bend.
Yup. Oh, Hina.
It's like Michael Keaton in the original Batman movie having to just bend because he can't move his neck.
That's accurate, though.
That's right. They totally made a mistake when they made it. So it couldn't bend at the waist.
そもそも
I'm not sure that was a mistake.
最初からこの
I
画
think
像
the
を
suit was
出来上げ
designed from the beginning to be used in that.
設計だった
Whoop, starting to crack.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hero into it. That's how they were able to fake the whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Oh, she's snapping. Oh boy, she going inverted.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste, are you okay?
Celeste?
どうしても
Clearly you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. You've already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying? Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasu.
Hero.
犯人の名
When
前
we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
犯人は
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
つまり
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Oh, wait, well, my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
So your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
だけど山田君
He did say Yasuhiro. Are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
Hmm?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Dang, girl.
You're really making yourself look innocent,
Yeah.
Celeste. Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
思い出してみて
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us.
彼は
How did he refer to each of
どんな
us?
風に
Last names. He said for serious a lot.
Yeah.
That's right. Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
例えば
Exactly.
苗木の
I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
だから山
So
田君が
Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name. He would have said his last name, Hagakure. I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
たった一回の偶然のその時に
Random chance.
随分と都合
Now
のい
isn't
い
that a
話
convenient explanation?
ありえないね
There's no reason to think that he would have said the name
犯
any
人の名
different
前を
than
言おう
normal.
としたはずよだけど
He must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him.
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
What if someone's using an alias?
Well, no, hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Oh,
What did you just say?
you hear that? That was a penny dropping.
To think you'd take your false accusations so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Come on, enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
A little.
Yeah, a little. Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. I'll make your ear holes are wide and open. Listen up. My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then I have to do something to make her accept it. Excuse me, madam. Can we see your iPad?
Girl, you better show us that Apple ID.
E-handbook. Hifimi is trying to tell us something. Killer's last name is Yasuhiro.
Oh, missed.
There's one person here who might have had the last name. Celeste, I'm telling you her real name. So how do I tell you? My name is... Hello? How long do you plan on going pretending? I'm pretending it's the truth. Since no one
Boom! Get wrecked. Proof's in the pad.
Oh yeah. That's it. The handbook. What? Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook and that'll clear up everything. That's how we find out Celeste's real name.
Game over.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's in my nature not to give up. Because... Until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Ah, the heart of a gambler.
She gambling hard. Fine then. Then let me settle it.
Ooh, them fighting words, Aggie.
Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
Damn, boy! Lay it on her.
And that'll bring everything to an end.
Closing argument. Ah, yes.
Oh god, Hifimi, what the fuck is that face?
Oh. All right, so let's see here.
Gotta see what all.
Yep. Them discussing their evil machinations. So we got Hero. Them doing the whole Robo Justice thing and setting up the photo.
Smoosh.
You done got squished like a ball of moochie.
Hifumi's like a Sharpay.
Sharpay. Well, camera goes here.
Yes.
All right, then we get to
The watch.
our poor boy Taka.
I think his wristwatch.
Yeah.
Cause that. No.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's a clock, not a
That's
watch.
clock. That's what we want.
There we go. Okay. Oh, Shaku!
Yes.
Oh my god.
What a fucking gremlin.
Alright, camera, Fumi.
Look at this magical.
Glorious. Alright, so got Hifimi rolling up the body in there, so that'll be later. Alright, there we are. Wait, no. It's already wrapped. We're to be unwrapping it. Now let's just put it there to be safe.
Oh,
Okay.
Hifumi.
Yeah. Like how we have stuff from past cases in here.
Yeah, that's so funny. The bloody hammer.
Yeah.
I think. So.
Okay. So maybe this then? Because he's kind of regretting his actions. Maybe. So which Justice Hammer was used to kill Taka?
It's
Was it
4.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, over there. Thank you.
Yeah. Burm, burm.
So here we have...
So. What's that first one?
Yeah. Maybe that's Hifimi, kind of like this one here.
Maybe? And then Hero in that top one?
Yeah. Ugh.
Man, it's so fucking early.
Yeah.
Um.
Actually, it looks like...
It kind of looks
yeah.
like that one. Yeah.
Okay, let's... Oh. Okay. So, what goes here then? Would it maybe be... Oh, because it looks like a door's opening here. Maybe...
Maybe he pulled it out of his bag. What else do we have?
Let's-
Or no, it's probably the clock.
Well, 1 a.m.?
Yeah.
Because that's the time that they had Hero meet him.
Ah, correct.
What's this
So...
there?
Maybe Justice Hammer 3? No, Justice Hammer 3 is probably because he was hit, quote unquote.
Yeah. So what's that other
Is
one?
that the one that Celeste got on with?
Next we have Justice Hammer 2. I guess we can just put it there for now. Because everything else we have is from prior cases, except for the backpack. Well, only one way to find out.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder, and that person was
Hifimi.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Yeah, good one.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Oh my god.
That someone they met was Hero.
They met Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas.
For real though. The murderous duo intended to pass Hero off as the prime suspect, so when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit. Look at that hair.
Yeah, they're just this
though.
octopus they're shoving into the suit.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hero. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool locker room. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. Oh god. That's horrifying.
The killing intent of a simp.
For real, though. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killer pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as a suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Sumi to sell us that story. With these two incidents, the killer was able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that, but... While we did that, we left Hifimi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifimi was hoping for.
The pirouette.
He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the rec room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. Little dance. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Wow, that was, I think that might have been one of the first times we actually got it, the comic done.
First try.
First try. We're getting good at this.
And the crossing fates.
Burn, Celeste. Sorry, you lose.
Yeah!
The gambler doesn't know how to take this.
I lost?
Your bluff failed.
I lost. When was the last time I was forced to utter such words?
Bacana, impossible.
They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it. You're the killer.
Listen to you trying to take charge as if you're my private instructor. I'm Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. And Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like to drag things on.
But you certainly like to drag them on until you lose!
Yeah.
Interesting. Boom. Come on, overall, what we got? Hey!
Nailed it!
Oh, money.
Let's go get all these gifts we can't give to anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, Monokuma, I'm ready to begin. Or no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Ring!
Time to vote.
Hey! Guilty!
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened in this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Teiko Yasuhiro.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations. So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder.
I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying.
My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree. Then did you use, you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her.
Bitch.
For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but... it was the one thing Hifimi and Taka were both super into.
Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
What? What? What are you talking about?
Don't interrupt, we're in the middle of a very important conversation here.
And you tell him, Kyoko.
Oh, I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
Then you're the one who stole it. That's right. And if you used it to drag Hifumi into your plan, you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit.
What are you doing here?
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
It was Taka. He stole it.
She said she didn't lie to him, but she's 100% lying to him.
Her? Lying about lying? Never.
What?
I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found the use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took a picture of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Oh, so it was him. But how'd he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got too close to her.
You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
What?
Oh boy.
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
He did?
How awkward to be having a conversation with yourself.
Yeah.
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then... It's hard for me to even say.
He threatened me with an earlier bedtime.
He abused me.
Taka.
What?
And he took pictures. He said if I didn't do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
That's a crime, an absolute crime. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I'd never imagined he would go that far.
It's amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable it was.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Wow, Hifimi, whoa! Slow your roll there.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Taka's planning to use her to escape. And he's made you his target.
Escape? What do you mean?
Taka's gonna try and kill you.
What?
And also he can keep her to himself.
That bastard. Bastard.
We can't allow him to continue with these barbaric acts.
Absolutely not. How could I? She... I have to stay there.
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan.
Huh?
I've devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school.
Ah, yes, a trustworthy smile.
Yes.
And with that, it is complete.
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Hifimi agreed without a second thought. The effect the item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem.
You disgust me. I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and the general body size.
He went full cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
Weebs, man.
Yeah.
They go above and beyond.
They go hard. So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect?
Because you're stupid.
That's it.
Here, hero. Here's the burn cream.
No.
And in that regard, I made the right choice, so I'm glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents,
Oh.
though.
I feel like I could cry.
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead?
What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on.
And he really believed that?
Of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was... While you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it.
It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical.
I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So you had planned to kill him all along.
Cold-blooded.
But of course! There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
How can a human life mean so little to you?
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt, in an aspect we're nothing alike. Then what made you take things this far?
Was it really just for money?
Gambler.
Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. That's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
Obviously, that was a lie.
That seems to be the reoccurring theme, yes.
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day is a fresh torture. Do you want to know why? Huh?
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever. There was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing. It was all for that dream.
And what was this dream of yours?
To live in a European castle.
We're living in a material world, and this is a material girl.
Castle?
And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was gonna make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need.
Girl.
Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence. Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind.
Murdered 2 people for money, a castle, and dick.
Accurate.
Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
She wasn't friends with anybody.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing. That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. It's terrifying how different our values are. There's simply no room for understanding. That's what we should be saying.
Plus, how can you be so calm? You don't realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared?
My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can fool even my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious.
And that's why you're not scared?
That's right. I do not fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
You'd just get executed again.
Celeste smiled then. And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Are you all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. the black and disturb the peace and must pay the price. Now then, I prepared a very special punishment for her, the ultimate gambler. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
最後に
I guess I'll let
ギリギリさんに
Kyoko
これを
hold
渡
on
して
to
おきま
this.
しょう
This is
あれは果た
will
して
it really
希望
give
な
you
の
the
でしょう
hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way.
そうは
Which is
だからこ
why. Actually, that's not important.
そ打足
Well
それでは
Take care, everyone.
Ta-ta for now.
また来世
Perhaps
でお
we'll
会い
meet
しま
again
しょ
in
う
another life.
Bonk, the final bonk.
Well,
Time for the punishment.
bye, Celeste. I hope the game was as fun for you. Hey, look, it's the castle.
Yep.
I don't like that bunny. The burning of the Versailles witch. Yeah.
Burn the witch.
I hate that Monokuma.
Mhm.
Burlap Monokuma, no fucking thank you. Gonna burn all that pretty Lolita clothes. Do you have any idea how expensive that shit is?
Look at all that lace.
The commitment.
It's the amber lamps.
Oh my goodness. Yep. Super helpful. Thank you. Thank you, fire truck.
Mission complete.
Good job, Monokuma.
You did it. You did it.
Yeah, okay. We can move on now. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. Really? Why?
Why though?
I didn't. And for him to just come along and
Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die. You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives. Jeez, here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
well, it doesn't help if you torch this generation.
Yeah.
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
You're the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality can't just be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So, anyway, Kyoko, did you get some kind of key type object from Celeste? So, what's the deal with that? What's the matter?
Treatment.
じゃ
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
ああなた
What did you do? What did you do to me?
What?
Answer me. What did you do to my
What?
Nani the what?
Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
Big in chat.
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you guys get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course. See ya.
Goodbye.
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair.
Just another day at Hope's Peak Academy.
Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope.
Celeste is dead! Yay!
Okay, there was two small hopes. Hey, Kyoko. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you?
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh? Then that means...
Celeste probably hid it in there.
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Good idea.
We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later.
Why exactly are you going alone?
Do you even have to ask?
As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know.
Then I'll go too.
You.
Please, let me go.
I want to be with Kyoko.
I need my alone time.
Yeah. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us. Do whatever you want.
Thank you, Byakuya.
Then it's up to you now.
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay?
So, Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together?
Oh, the ship? The ship?
Does that mean what I think it means? Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her, total pushovers when you show a little backbone.
Yeah, Hina, cheer 'em on.
I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Well, shall we?
Yeah.
We need to get into that locker.
Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
It's just like a lit Molotov cocktail. Like, oh shit!
You know what? I would not put it past that
Yeah.
bitch.
Hey, alter ego!
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's safe, thank goodness.
I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart.
I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
Oh, sweet thing.
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my best, so please just wait a little while longer.
So now we can officially say this case is closed.
As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at this school?
Is that why you wanted to come here with me? Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now.
I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
Worried?
Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared, and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
It's only natural that they think that I'm the mastermind spy, right? You too.
No!
We're just worried about you!
I believe in you.
You believe in me?
Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's what I want to tell you, or that's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me, too. Because we're friends.
I understand. Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more.
Then...
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see?
What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I had told Kyoko I believed in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she'd told me with my own 2 eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come.
You trying to get out, Noodle?
And when I did,
Come here, honey.
I went into action.
What's wrong, honey?
Alright. We want to call it here?
I think so. I'm gonna have to break that up into like
Oh, yeah.
12 different episodes.
Oh, no. Next time on Arcade Allies, let's save.
We're gonna find out Kyoko's little secret.
Little secret.